Good morning, and if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you for tuning in. So this, as you may have guessed, is a pink elephant, because why not? So a great thing about drawing is that you can draw anything. Now, the reason sort of this came about was because I wanted to get better at sort of drawing a large space in just one colour. So, working sort of with the pen and with the ink to make sure that it didn't go streaky or didn't sort of leave a texture that I didn't want. So I was thinking, okay, well, what's, the biggest thing I can draw with the most amount of sort of free space, but would still be interesting? And then an elephant popped into my head. I used to draw elephants all the time. I don't know if they were my favourite animal or if I just discovered that I could draw them, and so I just kept drawing them, which happened quite a lot. Whenever I drew something well, I would just draw it and draw it and draw it and draw it and draw it until it didn't go well anymore, and then I would stop drawing it. So I was very happy to go back to drawing something that I used to really love to draw. And I don't think I ever drew like a pink elephant or any colour of an elephant. I just drew just elephants with no embellishment, just how they were. Now I did have a lot of fun with this. Like, I don't use a lot of pink really in my drawings. There's certainly not sort of this amount. And I was once I thought of elephant and I was thinking about the colour, I was then inspired by Dumbo. If you've seen it, it's the scene where he accidentally gets drunk and sees pink elephants, which I thought happened when you got drunk, but unfortunately it does not. Sorry if I ruined anybody's idea of getting drunk, but honestly, generally, it's not as fun as seeing pink elephants. Now, I did really love this, and I didn't want it to just be a pink elephant. I wanted to sort of add more detail into it once I had accomplished sort of getting the ink on the paper in a way that didn't look streaky, or at least accidentally streaky. I really wanted to figure out how to work with the pen and with the texture to get a good cohesive sort of look. I think very, very often I and possibly other people will try and sort of use a pen or a paint or whatever to achieve the texture that they want, and then get frustrated because it's not doing it. When really, if there's a particular texture you want, there is a medium that will give you that, and trying to bend another medium that maybe doesn't do that so well to get that look, it just kind of can leave you a bit frustrated if you're not experienced in it. So that's something I've been finding with these pens, is that they've not really been giving me what I've been looking for, and it's kind of my own thing. It's not a thing with the pens. I have to work to what they can do, not always what I want them to do. Generally, obviously experimentation is great. Finding new ways to sort of use things and apply things is always fantastic, because it does mean that you're creating and you're sort of experimenting and thinking about it, and you're not just kind of keeping to what you know. But it can be frustrating to sort of maybe complete something and it not be how you wanted it to be. And I think that's one of the reasons that I generally don't like to work with a plan. I like something to come up more organically, because if I don't have a plan, there's nothing for it. It doesn't fail, because it's not it is what it is. It's not failed a plan. But I don't think that's the best way of working, because it does mean you can often make sort of little mistakes that if you'd have thought about, you wouldn't have made. If you'd have had an idea, a design in mind, something that you could have, referenced and looked back on, what does work and what doesn't. But for this, it was just a very organic, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I want to do it? Which is where these sort of these designs came in from my white gel pen, which I did really enjoy doing. Actually, there was no sort of inspiration for this. I wasn't, referencing any particular designs, because I don't know much about it, but I do know there is a cultural significance to sort of decorating elephants. I think it's mostly in sort of Asian elephants, and well, this is an African elephant, to start with, so it's not even the right kind of elephant to have this sort of adornment. But when you're drawing, like, that doesn't always matter unless you're drawing for something specific. You can just take inspiration and ideas, and you don't have to sort of get really bogged down in the details of, well, what kind of elephant would have this, because no elephant would be pink, unless maybe painted. But this elephant is not a painted pink elephant, it is naturally pink. And I think that these lines that are on it are naturally occurring. They're not something that's been painted on it, they're something that is just a part of it. That's sort of my idea around it. And I kind of love doing that, is taking something that is so well known, everyone knows what an elephant looks like, and then just creating something a little bit different. And people may look at this and think, oh, it's just an elephant painted pink, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. They can think that, but it's sort of not what I was thinking while I was drawing it, and I was kind of imagining it being a bit like Bigfoot, this pink elephant. But so I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll try and have a video up soon. Goodbye.